All rise. This Honorable Branch of the Circuit Court, County of Cook, is now in session. The Honorable Judge Anthony Kyriakopoulos presiding. Please be seated and remain quiet.
Good morning, everyone. Deputy, thank you. Lewis, call the first case. I'm sorry. What am I doing? This isn't Zoom court. Please forgive me. I usually play a judge during the day, but tonight, I'm your host, Judge Tony. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful evening to celebrate the Hellenic Foundation's annual grant awards. Normally, we would be together at the foundation, but this year, we're with you in your home. It's been quite a year, and we're honored that you have taken the time to be with us. We have a great program for you tonight. The foundation has come a long way over the years, and we're excited to have the chance to tell the world about all of the work that we have accomplished with our partners, our vision for the future, and of course, how we got here. You'll be hearing from some of our incredible partners as well as our past recipients. And for the main event tonight, we will introduce you to the recipients of our 2020 grants. But first, to start off this evening, we have a very special guest. The one, the only, Metropolitan of Chicago, Nathaniel. Your Eminence, forgive me, that's kind of a mouthful, and we've got quite a show tonight. What can I call you for the sake of time?
Well, you can always call me Metropolitan Nathaniel. That's easier, or you could call me Father. But how should I refer to you, Your Honor?
Honorable Anthony C. Tony Kyriakopoulos is what most people call me, but you can call me Judge Tony.
Okay, sounds good, Judge Tony. I want to first send out a greeting to everyone who's watching and convey to you my prayers, my thoughts, and perhaps we can just say a quick prayer if that's okay. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. O Heavenly King, Comforter, the Spirit of truth, present everywhere and filling all things, the treasury of good and the giver of life, come and abide in us and cleanse us from our sins and save our souls, O good one. Amen.
Thank you for your blessing, Metropolitan Nathaniel. We are so grateful for all you do and have done for the people of Chicago in this metropolis. Now, if you've ever worked with the Hellenic Foundation, then you certainly have had the pleasure of speaking to our next guest. He has not only taken the Hellenic Foundation to new heights, but he works very closely with all of our partners. Please welcome our Executive Director, Peter Velisaris.
Thank you, Judge Tony. Good evening. The vision of the Hellenic Foundation is to be a trusted leader in our community, and guided by Felix Ania, collaborates with like-minded organizations and individuals to achieve its mission. That mission is to fund the development and support of programs and projects benefiting the Greek American and Orthodox Christian communities. To fulfill that mission, we have three primary programs. First is our in-home care program that provides the essential services that allows over 300 seniors a year to maintain a quality of life and to remain in their homes rather than transitioning to a nursing home. For seniors who qualify for Medicaid, there's no cost. Second is our grant program that funds the organizations and programs that impact our community. The third program is a collaboration with the Metropolis Philoptochos Philanthropic Committee. Together, we care for those in trouble. We provide food, shelter, clothing, and at times, an Orthodox funeral and burial. The work of this committee is so important that the Hellenic Foundation has collaborated with the Renaissance Fund to provide the necessary funding to eliminate financial limitations that may impact these efforts in our community. The Hellenic Foundation is unique. There's no organization of any Orthodox jurisdiction in the United States that focuses on its community with the vision, the mission, the programs, and the resources like the Hellenic Foundation.
Thank you, Peter. I couldn't have said it better myself. Of course, we didn't always have the ability to provide this amount of support. The Hellenic Foundation has come a long way. The ancient Greeks may have had Herodotus, Thucydides, and Homer, but at the foundation, we have George, John, and BJ, my good friends and past presidents, who are here tonight to give us a little history lesson. It's all yours, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge Tony. The Hellenic Foundation story begins in 1953. This ministry was the inspiration of the late Father George Macerandonis of blessed memory. In the early 1950s, many elderly Greek immigrants were living alone in Chicago. They were that first generation of pioneers who came to America and formed our communities. Father George saw a need for affordable, dignified senior housing, and he enlisted the leaders of the community to address this need. The early years were devoted to raising funds and searching for land to build a retirement home. Our mission to help the elderly and the needy was spread among our communities by the dedicated work of the Women's Auxiliary of the Foundation with their annual Dime Walk fundraisers. In 1973, a multi-unit senior housing property across the street from the parish of St. Andrew at Hollywood and Sheridan Road became available. It was purchased that year by the foundation and became our beloved Hollywood House. The next year, in 1974, I was elected as the second president of the foundation, succeeding Alec Generis. During my tenure as the president, we employed our first professional staff, ensured the financial viability of the foundation by removing Hollywood House from the county tax rolls, and we conducted a survey to determine the evolving needs of the community. In response to that survey, the social service agency, Hellenic Family and Community Services, was created in 1974. We provided referrals, advocacy, translations, and assistance with immigration issues for our community. The foundation's activities expanded to include the popular Monte Carlo nights and the well-attended Treasure Island golf and tennis outings. While Hollywood House remains a fond memory for the families of those loved ones who lived there, the needs of the community were changing. To tell you about the sale of Hollywood House, I'd like to introduce you to my friend and colleague, John Colas.
George, thank you for that great history. As we entered the 1990s, the needs of our community changed, and the challenge of maintaining Hollywood House became more pressing for us. Our building was aging and the demographics had changed considerably as we watched the percentage of Greek residents shrink down to around 20% of the building's occupancy. The board in early 2004 decided to enter into a strategic planning process in order to figure out what the Hellenic Foundation should look like going forward. I'm happy to say the board voted unanimously to sell the Hollywood House and to focus all of our energies on our social service programs, where it became evident to us our impact to the community was far more reaching. The Hollywood House was sold on January 9th, 2007 to the Heartland Alliance, a nonprofit agency that offered low-income apartment buildings in Chicago. Interestingly, Heartland's lineage traces back to Jane Addams' Hull House, which had provided important support to the Greek American community in Chicago back in those years. Heartland Alliance agreed to preserve the building's role as a low-income apartment facility to the community. It agreed to update its safety code and then to allow the existing residents to remain there. It was a huge win for the community as a whole. So at this point, let me stop and I'm going to turn this over to BJ Vranis, who can take the story from here.
Thank you, John. After selling the Hollywood House, the foundation discovered a whole new dilemma. Now what? Recognizing our potential was huge, even daunting. So much so, we hired a full-time staff to develop new programs aimed specifically at addressing the needs of our community. With board support and a focus on growing the home care program, operations quickly became self-sustaining. The number of clients served increased 230%. Hours of service increased 400%. In 2016, the Hellenic Foundation initiated its grant program, aimed to serve the Chicago Greek and Pan-Orthodox community. This endeavor was not born in a vacuum, however. With the guidance of Eric Namey and the Farah Foundation, we began to understand the finite details of awarding grants and the best practices that pertain to that. To date, the Hellenic Foundation has awarded over $1 million in grants to the most worthy applicants available. Needless to say, that is why we are here tonight, to recognize and celebrate both past and present grant recipients and the outstanding services they have provided to our community.
Thank you, gentlemen, for the history lesson. Beyond inventing history, the Greeks are also famous for inventing sports. Speaking of sports, my friend at Fox 32, Lou Canella, said he'd give me a shout out on the Bears post-game recap. Let's check in with Lou.
Philanthropy, community service, legal assistance, elder care, cultural preservation, and expansion. What don't you do? From the bottom of my heart, Evcharisto. Thank you, Hellenic Foundation, for supporting our community for all these years. We are so grateful and look forward to all the work you do in the future.
Lou, I don't know what to say. I'm humbled and honored that during peak bear season, you took the time to interrupt your busy schedule to be part of this beautiful evening. Let me introduce to you another Bears fan, or more importantly, the current president of the Hellenic Foundation, Jim Sekulis.
Good evening. Thank you all for attending our virtual annual Foundation Grant Awards program. I want to thank our supporters, our board of directors, and all our collaborators and partners who have helped us reach this point in our organization's growth. Our vision is not only to help financially, but provide guidance to expand our programs in our community. Throughout this program, you will hear from many of our esteemed partners who prove that together we can accomplish a lot more than doing it alone. Merry Christmas, and thank you for your support. Kala Christougena.
Thank you, Jim. Merry Christmas, Kala Christougena, and Chronia Pola to you and your family. Our partners are what truly make us great. We've worked with so many great organizations over the years, and we'd like to take the time to introduce you to a few. The youth are the future. Come on. How many times have we asked our children to help us get on a Zoom call this year, this month, this week, maybe even an hour ago? The Hellenic Foundation has supported the Office for Vocation and Ministry and our youth ministries of the metropolis because we believe in the work they have done to create the next leaders in our church and our community.
My name is Dr. Ann Mitsakos Bezarides. I am the director of the Office of Vocation and Ministry here at Hellenic College Holy Cross.
My name is Kira Limbarakis. I serve as the director of the Crossroads Summer Institute. The Crossroads Summer Institute is a 10-day academic summer program for Orthodox Christian high school juniors and seniors to explore their vocation in Christ.
We focus Crossroad on young people finding a sense of purpose. And today we know with all the complexities in our world, young people deeply need that sense of purpose to be able to figure out what they should do in this very complex world, how their faith can inform their lives in a meaningful way for the rest of their life, and be ethical, amazing servant leaders that our world needs today.
When they attend the program, they are about to start their senior year of high school or their freshman year of college. This is an important juncture in their life. So what we're saying to these students is that no matter what you do, no matter what career that you choose to go into, as long as you are loving God and loving your neighbor, you are fulfilling your vocation in Christ. I am amazed every single summer when I leave at the wisdom and the grace that these young people have. They have so much to offer, not only the church, but the world. The support from the Hellenic Foundation for Crossroads Chicago is invaluable. We could not do this work without their support. And now I'm so thrilled to be able to pass the baton off to my dear friend and the Telos Gamma director, Anna Callis.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Kira. I'm the project director for the Telos Gamma project taking place in the Greek Orthodox metropolis of Chicago. The primary purpose of this program is to support, invigorate, engage young adults at their parishes to reimagine how we are ministering to young adults. It empowers young adults to engage their peers, to bring them into the life of the church, to better support them, and to make sure their spaces and their parishes are welcoming spaces. The support of the Hellenic Foundation to this work is critical. They've really taken ownership over the issue of young adults leaving the church in our metropolis of Chicago. They've identified a problem, and they are supporting us and enabling us to do something about this problem. We would not be able to do this work without their support.
The ways in which young people who are taught to think in this telos process that we're teaching them to do, to become leaders to actually move their parishes forward. We saw telos leaders become the ones who helped their parishes get services online, who began to get online giving just to keep the parish sustained online, who began to structurally think through what are the realities for the parish and how can we as young adults help giving youth and young adults leadership opportunities in our parishes, and then just walking alongside them, cheering them along, being there to catch them when they fall, saying that failure is okay as long as you learn from it and change and adapt, that is where the future lies.
We're all searching and craving for that deep sense of community and belonging and peace and comfort that comes with Christ's love and with being a part of a church community. And when a young adult finds their space and really truly feels a part of that community, nothing brings me more joy. It's the work of Christ, and I'm blessed and honored and humbled to be able to do it.
For Hellenic Foundation to get all that and want to make an investment to make a difference is groundbreaking for Orthodox ministry nationally, and we are so deeply grateful.
In order for our ministries to be successful, it takes money, right? And so the easy answer would be that the Hellenic Foundation is always been open and willing to support the youth and young adult ministries, even from before I was youth director. You're helping us to pave the path. That's our mantra. We are paving the path for our young people, meaning we are making it clearer, we're making it smoother. And the Hellenic Foundation is investing in that pavement. And it's something that is really humbling. And honestly, for me, I'm honored to walk beside you all in that same mission.
My name is Chrysanthi Tigis, and I'm the Executive Director of the St. Iacobos Retreat Center. I have the opportunity to literally interact with just about every person that walks through the facility. There's nothing like having 440 feet running around and stomping around the entire facility and bringing that life and that energy and that breath of God into everything that we do and how we live. The Retreat Center supports the ministries that run through the metropolis of Chicago, as well as the parishes within the metropolis of Chicago. At times when we're able to function and run at full capacity throughout the entire year, we see over 3,000 people come through our doors and experience what it means to have the space to contemplate, to grow in faith, and to just enjoy the beauty of God's creation. The Hellenic Foundation helps the Retreat Center continue to achieve its goals by continually supporting the growth of the ministry. When there's an opportunity to create a new facet to the organization, such as a programming department or a development department, which will then impact all these other areas and all these other people, the Hellenic Foundation has been there to say that's something that we would engage in.
Wow, Chrysanthi, that looks like a great time. I wish I could go to camp. See, I've already got the flag and the cap. I'm ready to go.
Judge Tony, you don't have to be a kid to come to camp. Our doors are always open for you.
Thanks, Chrysanthi. You know, a basketball court would really entice me. Now, speaking of basketball, the NHIBT is an organization and a tournament near and dear to my heart, having not only played in it, but coached in it, and having my son also play in it. Brings me great pleasure to introduce Dean Manassis of the NHIBT.
Oh! Judge Tony, I don't want to ever embarrass you, but we cannot wait to see you on the court.
Dean, be careful what you wish for. Don't tempt me. Not only do I rule in the courtroom, but I rule on the court. Now enough about me. Tell us more about your great organization, Dean.
We're here to promote, support, and preserve Hellenism through competition and fellowship. Basketball is part of the Hellenic culture everywhere, especially here in the Midwest. And when we grew up, we had the church, we had our Greek parents, we had our Greek school, but we also had our Hellenic basketball. We see this great impact of how we're bringing families in the Hellenic community together and providing opportunity to foster the relationships, especially with the Hellenic youth. To see the kids grow up and them becoming gubati, or them being these lifelong relationships, that is what drives me, and that's what it continually inspires me. First, let's say the Hellenic Foundation grant significantly impacted our mission of promoting, supporting, and preserving Hellenism. It's really not about the funds you get from an organization or the funds that help a cause. I really believe it, and a lot of us do in the organization. We believe it's deeper than that. It's reassuring them what you're doing is impactful. When we tell people that we're working with the Hellenic Foundation, that makes a difference. It truly is a blessing.
Thank you, Dean. Always good to see an old friend. But we're not all jocks here at the Hellenic Foundation. Education, of course, is one of our most important values. This is why we partner with the Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation. Here to tell you how Pan-Hellenic invests in our youth is our good friend and partner, Robert Buehler.
I am chairman of the Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation. Our mission is to promote education by providing scholarships and programs to Greek American students who, guided by their values of their Hellenic upbringing, have the potential to become lifelong significant achievers and contribute meaningful to society. We found that early on, once a student receives a scholarship, they really are a person that we want to keep in touch with and continue to follow. So we had to design programs that would go beyond just giving them a scholarship. The first thing we came up was mentoring. These mentors are actually investing in our students to personally follow up with them for the next year to get personal questions answered and help them with their career needs. The second area is an alumni group that will result in alumni coming back and alumni helping our organization, just like in a great university. And then third, meaningful internships. We believe that meaningful internships will result in meaningful job offers. And we're confident that our students will do very well in those internships. They're hardworking, they care, they have integrity, they're smart. All of these things are exactly what employers are dying to have. And so the Hellenic Foundation knew that we needed to have a good local partner helping us. They were the first co-foundation, if you will, to come in and help fund Pan-Hellenic with a model student example. The point that I would want to make about the Hellenic Foundation is that I have come to learn it is exceptionally well run and highly professionally organized. Your board and the process and how you vet your applications, it's just something that we look up to and we learn from. We think they're proud of the work we do. We think we're proud of the work and how we profile them. And we're certainly proud to have their name with us.
We're certainly proud of the work you do, and we're looking forward to many years of working together to support the youth of our community. As a judge, I'm always in pursuit of justice, but I am also in a constant pursuit of knowledge. We must learn from the past in order to change the future. No one knows this better than our friends at the Asia Minor and Pontos Hellenic Research Center. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
George Mavropoulos, founder and president of the Asia Minor and Pontos Hellenic Research Center.
I'm John Davis, and I'm a board member and vice president of the Asia Minor Pontos Hellenic Research Center.
My name is Peter Lambrinatos. I am a producer and director, Lethal Nationalism, A Genocide of the Greeks, 1913 to 1923.
Our mission is to promote the collection, preservation, and organization of archival and other materials related to the history and destruction of Hellenism in Asia Minor, Pontus, and Eastern Thrace.
And we will continue, as we say, to try to expand the tent to make sure that we can include more and more people in our discussions, and in trying to find some solutions so that these kinds of atrocities never happen again.
The documentary Lethal Nationalism was very important because it is an unknown dark chapter of history. It has largely been ignored. And I think that the center, along with Hellenic Foundation, have been visionaries in taking this story worldwide, and luckily I think we've been able to accomplish that. That this is not just a Greek story, but it is a human story.
I'm very, very happy. I'm perhaps more elated about this than just about any other project that I've ever worked on. And I can tell you that the Hellenic Foundation grant and just our discussions really, really helped us get on track and into crevices of financial help that we probably would never have gotten.
Didn't really know just how far this would reach. Is some of the stories that happened. We have received some messages. We've had a gentleman, and we have about 10 or 12 cases of this, but this gentleman felt very strongly. His name was Mehmed Ali. And today, Mehmed Ali, after watching the documentary and doing some research, his name today is Elias Ypsilantidis. He discovered his roots, and he has changed his name. Now, how many of us can say that a piece of our work have affected people so greatly that they went back into the archives, figured out who they are, and now is in constant contact with the center, offering his help to translate it to Turkish, to do all of these things, simply because it was almost like a stepping stone for them to look back a little bit about a story they didn't know and said, maybe that's who I am. And it was.
It is a life dream to be able to do something about my family. For years and years now, since 1994, this is my primary goal. And I feel that I've accomplished personally something.
You should be very proud of the work you and your center have done, George. There are no words that can capture the importance of informing the world on the buried history of our people. Bravo. Now let me introduce you to a gem in our city. Located in the heart of Greektown, an institution working to archive and promote our Greek culture while making it accessible to everyone. It is with great pleasure to introduce my good friend and Pat's biggest fan, Dino Armiros of the National Hellenic Museum.
I've been fortunate enough to be involved with the National Hellenic Museum for nearly 30 years now. The goal and the mission of the National Hellenic Museum is to celebrate the Greek American experience, both by telling the stories of Greek immigrants who have come here over the last 100 years, their accomplishments, the challenges that they faced, and the contributions that they've made. We do that through our exhibits, through the artifacts that we collect, and through the programming that we conduct. The work that you guys do is really, it's great. You know, the field trip and tour program that was made possible through the generous grant of the foundation is really one of the most heartwarming aspects of the museum. You literally see dozens and dozens of young Greek American children coming through, being exposed to their culture in a gorgeous setting that really kind of enhances their appreciation of who they are and where they come from. That kind of stuff stays with you forever and shapes who you are. The reason that we're doing this is because it feeds your heart. So my biggest project at the museum is the trial. Every year, we conduct a trial that involves bringing a question of ancient controversy into a modern setting. And it's always a very entertaining, but also enlightening program that ties into our mission in a very deep manner, because it shows how the controversies that the ancients faced thousands of years ago are still relevant today. Tony, we are definitely looking forward to having you on board next year when we do our trial in 2021.
Oh, thanks, Dino. I'm looking forward to it too. Can you please tell our audience about the last trial I participated in before Zoom?
The trial was Helen of Troy, and the controversy was whether she went willingly or not willingly to Troy.
Why don't we just ask her?
Well, if you promise not to tell anybody, he's pretty good looking and very irresistible. And boy, did I want to go.
We're not talking about me, Jane.
But I would never inflict that kind of pain on my compatriots. So no, I did not go willingly.
Now that's why you were found not guilty. Anything you'd like to say to our audience?
Congratulations to all of the organizations who received grants this year. You've certainly proven a track record of upstanding values, community service, and shown the devotion to keeping our Hellenic community thriving. Thank you.
Thanks, Helen. No, Queen of Sparta, Jane. Be sure to stay out of trouble so you don't have to use our next organization's resources. Now it's time to hear from an organization very near and dear to my heart, the Hellenic Legal Assistance Services, better known as HELAS, the first and only pro bono legal aid clinic in Chicago for the Greek community. Please welcome my dear friend, Hellenic Katsoulis.
I'm an attorney and I am the secretary of HELAS, Hellenic Legal Assistance Services. HELAS is a pro bono clinic based here in Chicago to address the needs of low-income Greek Americans. Our goal is to provide help and assistance, representation, advice, and just generally resources to anyone who's seeking some sort of legal help. And each month we started having a wait list because so many individuals needed help. And we realized that this program was actually bigger than us, and we needed financial support in order to expand it and to meet the needs of all our potential clients in the most efficient and effective way possible. The Hellenic Foundation has generously provided us grants, but also they've provided us housing. The Hellenic Foundation has also helped us create a fund for potential clients that need help. For example, a lot of the immigration cases have significant filing fees. So we've been able to appropriately identify people that need a little extra help and cover the significant costs associated with the help that they're seeking. We really feel fortunate that we've had this opportunity. Καλά Χριστούγεννα, Judge Tony.
Thank you so much, Eleni. Looking forward to working with you and the rest of the HELAS team in 2021. My next guest's reputation precedes itself. They've been on the front line serving our community for decades. Please welcome Helen Theodosakis to tell us about the great work being done by the Metropolis of Chicago's Philoptochos Society.
The efforts on Philoptochos has been really extreme. They have been very diligent in their work and very giving. I tell you, it's been marvelous because we always undertake new programs. We kind of go with the flow. Whatever is necessary, we're at the forefront. We're the first to answer the call, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's tornado, whether it's fire, we're there. What the new year will bring is hard to say, but whatever it does, it's going to be a challenge, and we will be there to face it. I want to express my appreciation to the Hellenic Foundation for their collaboration in the work that we're doing. It's been very rewarding for me to be able to find conclusions for our cases. We've done it together. We've certainly had a meeting of the minds, and we're able to move forward with solutions. I thank you very much, and I wish you all a very happy, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Helen. We are humbled to be in your service. The work that the Philoptochos does fills our hearts with gratitude and admiration. Thank you for providing us with hope in these troubled times. Speaking of hope, let's check back with the Metropolis of Chicago, but this time I would like to introduce you to someone special, the first ever Executive Director of the Greek Orthodox Metropolis of Chicago, Ms. Vicki Carl.
My responsibilities at the Metropolis center around managing the legal and business matters facing the Metropolis. Our goal is to make sure that we're doing the work of the church and that we are meeting the needs of our parishioners. That means creating robust ministries and programs like the Strengthened Stewardship Now and the Order of the Myrrh-Bearing Women, providing for the development and wellness of our clergy, ensuring that we're using every dollar wisely, and committing ourselves to operating in a transparent and accountable fashion. We want our clergy to be the best spiritual fathers they can be. We want our parishioners to be steeped in the faith and able to carry on the traditions. And we want to impact and improve the communities in which we live by demonstrating generosity and compassion. All of these goals align with the mission of the Hellenic Foundation. And we believe that we will continue our strong partnership with the Hellenic Foundation in making these goals a reality for our Orthodox community.
Right away when I got here, I realized that a lot of the important work that is being done at the metropolis was really handled by volunteers. We wanted to make sure that we were institutionalizing that work, making sure that it was becoming part of everyday life in the metropolis. I am really grateful for all that the Hellenic Foundation has done for the metropolis thus far. And I'm really excited about the opportunities that lay ahead, and I look forward to working with the Hellenic Foundation and its team very closely for years to come.
Metropolitan Nathaniel, you are the glue that binds us all together. We're pleased that Vicki is there to provide guidance and leadership on the secular side of the metropolis. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot. I have another Zoom meeting to get to. Oh, good. It's my old buddy Dino from the Sons of Pericles. I mean, the Greek American Rehabilitation and Care Center. Hey, Dino.
People choose the Greek American Rehab Center because of the quality of services that we provide. First and foremost, we're a 5-star facility. We have wonderful metrics where we track and trend very carefully. We have the cleanest nursing home we've ever been in, outstanding grounds, and really staff that's been stable and been here for a long time. If you are from the Greek community, having a church inside the facility where you can come and have, the diocese send a priest every Thursday to do services, and to have the Metropolitan come here on Holy Thursday and do a service for the residents, to have the different church groups and the different philoptochos and all these people that come in and are involved, it's wonderful. Greeks are warm people, we're hospitable, we love people, we love to live our lives, and especially the generation that we're taking care of because they've been through so much. Between the war, the depression, the occupation, the Civil War, they came here in their 40s and they're like, oh my God, we could raise a family and give a better life to their kids. That's the American dream. And so wonderful that we're able to help these people that did so much for us. It makes me feel very good about what we do. The Hellenic Foundation has been very helpful to the Greek American Rehab and Care Center. They helped us with the purchase of a memory care chair. It has allowed us to reduce the use of psychotropic medication for these residents, and gave us the newest technology and the most efficient means to be able to respond to our residents' needs. It's very helpful, and we continue to value that relationship and hope to even grow and work together in the future.
We at the Foundation look forward to continuing our work with you in caring for our elders. Now I'd like to introduce a fellow Lane Tech alumni. Most of you have either heard her on the radio or seen her on TV, Anna Devlantis.
Hey, Hellenic Foundation, Anna Devlantis here, wanting to give a shout out to Lane Tech grads everywhere, including your host, Judge Tony. Go Lane Go. Hey Tony, be fearless and bold for the myrtle and the gold. That's how they said it when I was there. I don't know about back in the day when you were there. But seriously, though, to everyone at the Hellenic Foundation, thanks for doing the amazing work you're doing. Bless you. These are tough times for so many people, and you do incredible work.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, remember the honor of Lane. Go, Lane, go. Thank you, Anna. My friends, the Hellenic Foundation accomplishes nothing without its partners. We Greeks have proven time and time again that when this community sticks together, we can achieve greatness. That greatness, as we know it, is not only found through financial means, but also through professional relationships and support. Let me introduce you to my next guest, Stephen Ladizinski from the Renaissance Fund, who focuses on creating those relationships.
The Renaissance Fund is organized to provide educational assistance through scholarships and fellowships and grants and donations to organizations and individuals in the Greek American and the Orthodox Christian communities. Our main focus is the Chicagoland area. We are partnering with other philanthropic organizations like the Hellenic Foundation in Chicago, the Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation, and other organizations to find how we can provide assistance to organizations and individuals in the community that really need help, either for educational assistance or for programs that may provide social services assistance to the community. Organizations tend to come to a funding source like the Hellenic Foundation or the Renaissance Fund looking for money to solve a problem. But in reality, their problem can be solved by bringing other resources to that organization. They may need an accountant, they may need a lawyer, they may need an architect, they may need an engineer. The benefit and the collaboration is that we're able to put them in touch with people that are usually willing to donate their time and services to the organization. So they may get some money to help them with the problem, but they're also going to get technical assistance that's available from qualified professionals to help them with their problem. That is what the Renaissance Fund means to me.
Thank you for all you and the Renaissance Fund do for our community, Stephen. As you all know, tonight's program is to announce the recipients of our annual grants. As BJ Vranis told us earlier tonight, our grant program would not be possible without Eric Namey of the Farah Foundation and Orthodox Ministry Services. He showed us, the foundation, the ropes, and we continue to partner and do great things together. Let's give him a warm welcome, Mr. Eric Namey.
You know, the Farah Foundation funds projects, programs, and organizations throughout the Orthodox world. And our goal is to facilitate the work of the church. And so we developed a process to be able to discern and help organizations be successful, not just giving them money, but also being there as a counselor, as an advisor. And as the Hellenic Foundation was changing its focus and readdressing and wanting to start looking at becoming a grant-making foundation, they were humble and open enough to say, we want to learn. We started to develop a very close relationship as we helped the Hellenic Foundation develop its processes and learning how to discern grants and read grant proposals and understand them. And as time went on, we continued to talk to each other, to communicate, to share notes, and have recently, in the last couple of years, collaborated on something that I think is going to be transformational in the Orthodox Church. We created Orthodox Ministry Services. The vision is to elevate the game of our organizations, of our parishes, so that we are investable and that we have a vision and a plan in the things that we do. We are very much involved in developing something that we think is very exciting, and we're using the Chicago metropolis as the first place in the country to beta test a small and mission parish initiative. Something where we will go in, we'll do an assessment, determine their struggles, what their financial troubles are, what their issues are, bring in training and bring in funding to help them step it up. We have the talent, we have the resources, we have the abilities to do it. We just need to bring it together. The work of the church is absolutely essential. We're just trying to make sure that we remain humble and open to where the direction that we're being guided to.
Thank you, Eric, for being such a great partner and mentor. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making this such a great program tonight. As you can imagine, the work of the organizations that we have heard from is much too impressive to fit into tonight's program. To understand the breadth of the work that they are able to accomplish, please visit our website at hellenicfoundation.org to view the extended versions of their interviews. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you can get a free mask that says Hellenic Foundation on it, just like the one I'm holding tonight. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought I'd put this on silent. It's my cousin, Melina. Hi, Melina.
Hi, I'm Melina Kanakaridis, Melina Eleni Kanakaridis. So proud and so happy to be with all of you tonight, even if it's virtually. I want to put a shout out to my cousin Tony, who's doing a great job as the MC. And I want to say a few words tonight about Philia and about who we are as Greek Americans and how the Hellenic Foundation really emulates what I love best about being Greek. We are Greek American, which makes us a little different than just Greeks from Greece, who are fabulous. And it also brings us all together in such a unique and wonderful way. It's been my honor and pleasure to raise my kids to understand who we are and where we've come from. Να μιλάνε ελληνικά, να πάνε στο ελληνικό σχολείο και να μάθουν φιλία. We learn all these things. We learn to be philotimi through organizations like the Hellenic Foundation. I'm so proud of this organization. I love what they do. I love what they do for our yayades and papudes, and I love what they do for our future grandchildren and great-grandchildren, holding on to what makes us special and celebrating the many talents that we all have by giving grants to documentary films or, different organizations, from art organizations to philanthropic organizations to helping people who need a helping hand in just day-to-day living, especially now during these difficult times. It's amazing, and I'm so proud of everything that the Hellenic Foundation is doing. I'm thrilled to be here today. I wish you all continued success. I wish we had a Hellenic Foundation in every city. So thank you again, Tony, great job. To my Uncle Bill, who I love very much, who's part of the foundation as well. Nothing makes me more proud than when my own family is part of organizations like this. So I love you all. I wish you all continued success, and I thank you so much for having me be a part of this tonight. Congratulations, Sicharitiria. Yasas.
Thanks, Cuz. It's great to hear from you. Well, what are we waiting for, folks? And now, the star of our show, the grant committee chairman, the other Vranis in our organization, here to announce the grant recipients of 2020, William Vranis.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Hellenic Foundation, it is with great joy and humility that we present this year's grant awards to those organizations whose programs help benefit and promote our Greek, American, and Orthodox community. Since the inception of the grant program in 2015, the Hellenic Foundation has awarded over $1 million through this year. You have heard from many of our past recipients, and it has truly been so rewarding and such a blessing to be able to assist in the development of programs and organizations that serve our youth, families, and seniors in the greater Chicagoland community. We have much to be thankful for, and we look forward to continue and grow the grant program to do the good works and to help those who are in need in our community. At this time, we will begin the presentation of the awards, with our first grant being awarded to the 13th District Order of AHEPA Scholarship Foundation. The Scholarship Foundation is the arm of the AHEPA that promotes the Hellenic ideals of education, philanthropy, civic responsibility, integrity, family, and individual excellence. Since its founding, the foundation has granted over $800,000 in scholarships to selected Greek American students residing in Illinois, Wisconsin, and eastern Missouri who have demonstrated academic excellence. The Hellenic Foundation's grant will provide funding to those scholarships to help a new class of outstanding scholars.
Congratulations to the 13th District Order of AHEPA Scholarship Foundation. Here to accept the award on their behalf is John P. Vranis.
The AHEPA Scholarship Foundation appreciates this grant to provide generous scholarships to those deserving students. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Και καλή χρονιά.
We are honored to present this grant to the American Farm School. Founded in Thessaloniki in 1904 by American educators, the school educates students of all ages toward responsible global stewardship in areas of agriculture, food systems, the environment, and other life sciences. This grant will pay for a high school student demonstrating financial need from the Chicago area to attend the program Greek Summer in 2021. On a 4-week journey, attendees will experience the best of Greece while learning firsthand how to play an active role in protecting our environment, changing young lives with a science project in the local village, and making lifelong friends along the way. Students live with a family in a traditional Greek village while exploring village life, conducting community service projects, and touring Greece and its many historical sites.
Congratulations to the American Farm School. Here to accept the award on their behalf is William A. Parkinson.
I would like to thank the Hellenic Foundation for this wonderful opportunity and this grant. And on behalf of our board of directors, our students, our staff, volunteers, and everyone associated with the American Farm School, thank you very much for this opportunity. We really appreciate it.
The Hellenic Foundation is honored to present our next award to the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church of Kankakee. The church has burned the flame of Orthodox Christianity for 96 years and is well known by all of the greater Kankakee County community. The area had declined over the years from its peak, but is now growing, and there's a small community of the church having 54 stewards. Under the leadership of Father Nick Granius, new members have been chrismated into Orthodoxy, and more are in the catechumen stage of preparation for entering the church. This project is to improve administration in the church and communications to its parishioners and community, as well as to develop a plan for a church addition. The grant will fund salaries for a part-time administrator and IT person, pay for systems, communications, equipment, and installation, and also assist in funding a feasibility plan for building expansion.
Congratulations to Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church of Kankakee. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Father Nicholas J. Granius.
As I accept this award, I can't help but remember fondly that great man and my friend, Father George Mastrantonis, who was the founder of the Hellenic Foundation. When I was a student at St. Louis University Law School in the 1970s, he was a priest at St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church in St. Louis. And it was my privilege to become his friend in those years. Remembering him then, and on behalf of all my parish, I'd like to again thank the foundation and wish them and everyone listening, their families and friends, the most joyous of holiday seasons. Merry Christmas. God bless you all.
We are very pleased to be able to provide the Asia Minor and Pontus Hellenic Research Center with another grant to continue their work. The program that is now being funded, The Exodus, is a collection of first-hand testimonials from the survivors of the Asia Minor Great Catastrophe, which then took place. Phase 1 will place a certain number of testimonials from various regions of Asia Minor and Pontus, which will be translated, edited, and published as a book. Phase 2 will prepare these testimonials to present it in an oral history format for museums and other venues.
Congratulations to the Asia Minor and Pontus Research Center. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Dr. George Mavropoulos.
I would like to thank again the Hellenic Foundation for another great support, another grant to our research center. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Our next award goes to the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle. The primary mission of the Archons is to promote and defend the Ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople. This grant is to fund for the cost for 4 to 5 young adults, proven leaders of the metropolis, showing financial need, to be able to attend the Pilgrimage of Discovery initiative. This initiative consists of travel, education, and development of a documentary focused on the young adult leaders in the metropolis of Chicago and their educational journey to Constantinople. The young adult leaders will meet with His All Holiness Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew and representatives of the Patriarchate. One of the main objectives will be to produce a documentary that will be shared with the metropolis of Chicago community. They will visit the historical sites to learn and see firsthand the beginning of Orthodoxy, the ministries of the Patriarchate, and to engage with the leader of 300 million Orthodox Christians, the first among equals.
Congratulations to the Archons. Here to accept the award on their behalf are John G. Manos and Gus M. Publikis.
I'd like to thank the Hellenic Foundation Board, its president, Dimitris Soukoulis, the grant committee, and its executive director for this special award. We are very excited about this project and are looking forward to working on it.
Yeah, and on behalf of the Archon National Commander, Dr. Anthony Limbarakis, the Archon National Council, and all of the Archons of the metropolis of Chicago, we thank the Hellenic Foundation for making this opportunity possible in creating the pilgrimage of discovery. Thank you.
We are honored to present this next grant to the Daughters of Penelope, the 13th District Scholarship Foundation. The Daughters of Penelope is a sister arm of AHEPA, whose scholarship foundation is organized exclusively for supporting educational purposes for students through scholarships.
Congratulations to the Daughters of Penelope. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Electra Cantalonis.
I'd like to say thank you to the Hellenic Foundation for awarding the Daughters of Penelope 13th District Scholarship Foundation this wonderful grant. It will be used to help deserving students in our area. And with that, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and healthy and safe holiday season. Thank you.
As you have heard throughout this presentation, we at the Hellenic Foundation are dedicated to providing care to our elderly community. We are blessed to continue this work by supporting our friends at the Greek American Rehabilitation and Care Center by awarding them this grant. This grant is for temperature monitoring by thermal imaging cameras. These cameras can be found in many buildings and hospitals, alleviating the need for individual contact during this crisis. Thermal systems are needed in the front lobby entrances and by the receiving doors, which are used by vendors and many employees entering the facility throughout the day and during shift changes. Nurses will no longer need to be scheduled to take daily temperature readings of any individual entering the facility.
Congratulations to the Greek American Rehabilitation and Care Center. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Dino Varnavas.
I'd like to thank the Hellenic Foundation for continuing to have a fantastic partnership with us here at the facility. We greatly appreciate all the work you do, and we wish you continued success. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody, and be safe.
Our next grant recipient is Hellenic Link Midwest. Its object is to foster and promote cooperation and fellowship among professionals residing in Greece and America, and to preserve, promote, and enrich the Hellenic heritage of its members and of our Hellenic community. It promotes activities such as lectures, symposia, and conferences, and theatrical plays. This grant will provide financial support for its scholarship program. Scholarships are awarded to deserving students of Hellenic descent who reside in the Midwest, have attained academic excellence, and have shown need of scholarship assistance. The grant will also provide financial support for its lecture program, which serves the Greek American community of the Chicago area, and is open to anyone interested in attending.
Congratulations to Hellenic Link Midwest. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Savas Kotsoglu.
I would like to thank the Hellenic Foundation for its continued support of our programs for the Greek community.
Our next grant recipient is an organization we are honored to support again for the amazing work that they do. The Orthodox Vocation and Ministry Foundation unites generosity and vision to sustain and expand the initiatives of the Office of Vocation and Ministry at Hellenic College. OVMF hopes to nurture the leadership capacity of the Crossroad alumni and help them become an effective cohort of leaders on the local level who will have the skills to step into the leadership roles in the church in the future.
Congratulations to the Orthodox Vocation and Ministry Foundation. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Anna Callis.
We are grateful that you see the need of investing in the lives of young adults, and we are grateful that you trust us with this vision. Wishing a Merry Christmas to you all.
The next organization will be the recipient of 2 grants this year. The Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation is a valued partner of the Hellenic Foundation, supporting Greek American students through their auspicious scholarship program. 1 grant is being awarded to their scholarship program for a student who has demonstrated academic excellence as well as financial need. The 2nd grant is for sponsorship of an alumni reunion mentorship program. Co-hosting the Alumni Reunion Mentorship Program, together with the Renaissance Foundation in Chicago, will offer a quality mentoring event for the undergraduate students.
Congratulations to the Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Robert Bueller.
Thank you very much, Hellenic Foundation. On behalf of the Pan-Hellenic Scholarship Foundation, we have received scholarships from the Hellenic Foundations since 2016. This is our 5th one. Thank you very much. The students that are needs-based greatly appreciate it. And on behalf of the foundation, Merry Christmas.
We are honored to award this next grant to the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. The purpose of the ministry is to be a place of rejuvenation where people can gather in fun and fellowship to grow in faith. The grant funding will help provide for upgrading and developing their outdoor activities and programs. Funds will be used for the construction of a basketball court, which would address one of the most popular summer camp activities.
Congratulations to the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Chrysanthi Tigis.
I'd like to thank the Hellenic Foundation for once again supporting the Retreat Center in the growth of its ministry and using the resources that the Hellenic Foundation has to impact the many lives of the people who come to the Retreat Center and the campers who spend many weeks here during the summer to continue growing the program and ministry.
Last but certainly not least, we are honored to present this next award to the Saints Peter and Paul Greek Orthodox Church. Saints Peter and Paul in Glenview is an innovative parish attuned to the needs of its parishioners. This grant award will be used to fund the creation of a ministry year workflow and workbook that will serve as a resource and template for Saints Peter and Paul and other parishes to utilize in their ministry work. The final part of the project will include a presentation to the metropolis of Chicago and an implementation of the workbook and workflow at Saints Peter and Paul and other parishes.
Congratulations to the Saints Peter and Paul Greek Orthodox Church of Glenview. Here to accept the award on their behalf is Sandra Glisick.
God willing, our partnership in this project will bear much fruit for the Saints Peter and Paul community and the entire metropolis of Chicago. We thank you for this opportunity. Merry Christmas from all of us here at Saints Peter and Paul.
And a Merry Christmas to you. Congratulations to all of our recipients tonight. It's been a long and trying year for all of us, and we are so glad to bring some joy to you tonight. Before we close out the evening, my friends and fellow board members Nick and Lewis would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Judge Tony. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Louis Cantos.
And I'm Nick Geroulis. Thank you for joining us tonight to congratulate our 2020 Grant Award recipients.
And thank you to our current and past recipients for inspiring our board and moving the Hellenic Foundation's mission forward in such meaningful and innovative ways. As you have just witnessed, by supporting existing charitable organizations whose missions intersect with ours, the Hellenic Foundation can help our community more directly and more efficiently than we could have ever done on our own.
At the Hellenic Foundation, collaboration is one of our fundamental values. The work being done between our vetting teams and the grant applicants allows us to gain insight into each other's needs and capabilities. It allows a synergy to occur between like-minded organizations in a new and organic way. And regardless of whether or not a grant is awarded, we believe that the collaborative process helps all of us understand just a little bit more of what is needed and what is possible in our unique community. The rich relationships we have with our partners are the reason why we're in a position to help our Greek community and advance our mission, for which we are truly blessed. And as we move forward, our goal is to find new collaborators and new partners to amplify the good that we can do. And this is where we look to you, our community, for your help.
How can I help, you may ask? It doesn't have to be just financially, although we'll never say no to a donation that goes fully back to our community.
You can volunteer your time. You can let people know about the grant program and how to apply, or you can simply help us get the word out about the Hellenic Foundation.
Together, we can help those less fortunate, our elderly, our youth, or anyone else who may need a helping hand. Go to our website to learn more about us at hellenicfoundation.org. Learn more about our partners and visit their websites. Tell your friends and family to do the same.
We're all part of the same Greek community, η κοινωνία μας, and we want to see our people do well, and we hope that through these grants, we are able to achieve that.
Thank you, and look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you, Nick and Louie. Merry Christmas to you and your families. At this time, I would like to invite His Grace Bishop Timothy, Chancellor of the Metropolis, to say a closing prayer.
Thank you very much, Judge Tony. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Our Heavenly King and Creator, we thank you for all your blessings. And as we honor the recent recipients, we ask that you continue to be our guide in everything that we do. Let us continue to go out and do your work, and give us the mind and heart to continue the work of the Hellenic Foundation. May we put into practice all that we have been blessed to do in your name, and help us to make a difference in this world for the glory of your name. This we ask in your name, which is holy now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen.
Thank you, Your Grace, for those beautiful words. Axios. Now, to bring our evening to a close, our Executive Director, Peter Velaceres.
Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate these wonderful organizations and their programs and projects. Hopefully you have a better understanding of the vision and mission of the Hellenic Foundation and how together with you we can impact our community. We wish you and your families a blessed Advent, a Christmas and New Year's filled with joy and happiness. Kala Christougena, Kronia Pola.
Thank you, Peter. What more can be said? I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next year and for many years to come. Please stay healthy and be safe throughout this holiday season, and may all of you have a Kala Christougena and a Kali Pρωτοχρονιά. Be safe, my friends.
Good evening. My name is Fred Fredrickson, and I helped produce this program. I don't normally star in my own programs, but when I do, it's for a good reason. I would ask each and all of you to go to HellenicFoundation.org and explore the extended interviews we had with these remarkable organizations. I have to admit, I might come from outside of the Hellenic community, but when I got to peek inside through Hellenic Foundation in these interviews, I was amazed and impressed by how each and every one of these organizations is capable of impacting the community in such a powerful way. I recommend checking out the extended interviews because you get to really delve in deeper and see how each of them make that impact. Thank you again for watching and have a great night. Merry Christmas.